Before, I used to chase weights, and I was like a big truck. Big truck, strong, can transport a lot of weight, but can big truck turn even on that corner? Can big truck
I like that one.
Can big truck be easy escorted, let's say if it's broken? The answer is no, yes. It's all about the mental addictions you build. Easiest mental addictions that you maybe can get out of is just meals. The more difficult addictions is the dependence on size, because when you're on drugs, when you're on competition, you're supposed to be the weakest physically weakest and almost destroyed from inside, but the best outside. So basically rotten inside, the best outside. So what kind of health, what kind of sport, what kind of athleticism can we talk about? But I used to get used to the gym, so your pull-ups are 1, 2, 3, yeah, you go put shitload of weight on that sitting machine, and then your biceps you keep constantly doing, you create a disproportion. And throughout a decade, I did create that type of disproportion. And when I started calisthenics, it's like the caterpillar came out into a butterfly, coming out, because I feel open, like loose. I don't depend on meals, I don't depend on weights. I just like, I live the athletic life.
Go Capone. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stand. Yo, what is up, guys? We're back at it again, and we can't stop, won't stop, never stop. And I'm out here with Zero, man.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you again.
Yo, so Zero Gravity, he's one of the guys I know that transitioned from bodybuilding to calisthenics, man. Consistently, with persistence. You know what I mean? So I'm very interested in your journey, because I know, like, when I started my fitness journey, I was doing like a little bit of weight machine and weights for 5 months, and then I watched Bob Brothers, Frank Madrano on YouTube, and I was like, fuck this shit, I'm doing calisthenics. So I started doing calisthenics, and here I am today. But I didn't really get to experience any side of bodybuilding, weightlifting, powerlifting, and he has. So I'm very interested in just knowing like how that experience was for you, man.
Well, thanks for asking me. It's good to be here. And just want to make a little correction that my experience and my change is happening. It didn't happen. It's a long way to retransform my body from bodybuilding type of muscles into a calisthenic type of muscles. So it's a whole journey. So for me, I'm 32 years old right now, and majority of my childhood I was athletic kid, but not ambitious. But my parents were putting me in a different type of sections, such as soccer, such as tennis, such as some kind of martial arts, for me to be active. But because my mind was somewhere else, and I got distracted, I never achieved anything serious. And when I became a teen, by the time I was a teenager, 14 years old, I became a beast. So I was sitting on a chair, I was a computer type of nerd. So I started experiencing discomfort with that. And of course I had zero experience, but I had motivation. My motivation was to look like all of those action movie stars that you see, you know, such as whatever, Van Damme, you know, Michael J. White, you know, different individuals who are in incredible athletic, aesthetic shape. And of course, the business of the gym was everywhere, you know. And the first option that I found for myself to start changing, to start my way to that athletic Van Damme body, was to start going to the gym. And I started doing the gym. Eventually gym disciplines took over me. I don't know how, but I got into bodybuilding with all of that pharmaceuticals, with all of that gaining, losing experience. But I always, deep in my heart, I had one goal. I was trying to self-lie to myself. I was trying to look in the mirror, seeing 250 pounds bloated animal, and lie to myself that one day that bloated animal will get ripped and will start looking like action stars. Nothing was sustainable because I was, number one, under a wrong influence. Under wrong influence for me, because when people get bigger, they start advising other people who have no experience start listening to them, and a lot of health gets damaged on different individuals. I fortunately did not experience any serious health issues, but I got in a mental mind trap of bodybuilding. And let me try to explain you what it is. See, the bodybuilding is not really a sport when you look at it this way. At this point, it became chaotic business. It had a little bit of sport in it, maybe back in the days in 1920s, 30s. But then it started more and more getting out of the sport and athleticism and getting more towards huge size and incredible overload of your real natural human potential. And what we see now, we see so many deaths, we see so much of variety of anabolic steroids which are available everywhere. And what's the worst, we see legally allowed advertisements who can guarantee us the gains, the loss, different kind of fat burners, and it's all market. When you go to places like GNC and stuff, by the asking question, how can I lose fat? You won't hear an answer on, you just need to change your lifestyle. What do you do? What's your activity? You will hear the line of supplements with a huge amount of stimulants such as caffeine, yohimbine and stuff that will raise up your heart very fast, and that's what you will be recommended to have. So long story short, I had always heart in the sport, but I could not just associate myself with bodybuilding. I had no balls to call it a sport. And then eventually it all has changed. One time I went to Thailand and I was in big bodybuilding shape, maybe 220 pounds, no juice, no nothing. And I went to basic amateur functional class and they gave me a jump rope. And after trying a few minutes on that jump rope, my ego was completely destroyed. It's funny to say, but yes, I had ego. I thought I'm big, and everybody should be afraid of my physical possibilities. But it was delusional. And throughout the certain period of time, it took me to review everything that I was doing before. How many bad habits I could do together with bodybuilding. There was a time when I could feel depressed, I could smash a huge bottle of whiskey and next morning just go lift hundreds and I'm good. And then after a while I made my own philosophy about what it is for me athleticism and what it is for me sport. And I said to myself that the only filter that I'm gonna look throughout my training is health. And the rest I will try to symbolize human movements that benefited our ancestors. You see?
I like that.
You see?
I like that right there.
You hear that a lot. You want to gain mass, do this. And it's a little bit deeper for me. To gain strength, it's not about lifting more plates on your bench while you weigh the same as barbell. The weight for me is willpower, is the ability of your body to function stronger, practically stronger, to have more endurance, on the least amount of resources. That contains food, that contains time, that contains everything. Risk of injury, everything. And I was lucky to step in a calisthenic community. And I was able to gain that bodybuilding experience through more than a decade of seeing everything underground about it. And I applied my bodybuilding eyes into calisthenic guys. And then I made a comparison. And when I started feeling normal, when I started looking normal, when I started fitting in a clothes well, when I was able to do more than 10 pull-ups with my own body weight, I started feeling, man, I am starting the way to my 40s and I feel alive. I train for 5 days a week, pretty solid. and now I'm here and I'm so happy, and I ate a while ago. I don't carry containers. I live my life and I look fresh. And what I try to share with people is that try to find out what is you really like, you know, because everything you see around is based on your weaknesses. Someone feels not comfortable with themselves. So those marketing people will touch that mental aspect of you, saying you want to change, you want to show them, then you need this, you know, or you want to get bigger. The real strength does not come from big muscles, does not come from assisted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 10 reps on a heavy bench. The real strength comes from being able to adapt to the obstacles and still be on a track.
I like that.
And to just summarize all that, when I was doing bodybuilding, it was extra stones on me. You worry about size on your biceps. You worry about did you eat enough protein. Somebody worry about counting all those calories. And yes, some of those people are incredible athletes, but sad to say about 95% of other people are just being manipulated by this and this and this and this type of information. What matters is you feeling alive, and you feeling alive and living active lifestyle, because 1 hour, 2 hours daily in the gym, even for 7 days a week, cannot be compared to the rest 22 hours of you living your life. And if you're sitting on your ass for 10 of those hours in a car, in the office, choosing not to walk, then in proportion, in percentage, the lazy lifestyle will be dominating on top of those 2 hours of just lifting weights, and your body will memorize the sitting form of lifestyle. And body is such a thing that it adapts to everything you do. So to me, it's simple. I want to be athletic, I want to be able to be functional, I want to be able to be fast, I want to have nice endurance. So I stimulate my body with different type of activities. Before, I used to chase weights, and I was like a big truck. Big truck, strong, can transport a lot of weight, but can big truck turn even on that corner? Can big truck
I like that one.
Can big
I
truck
like that one.
be easy escorted, let's say if it's broken? The answer is no, yes. And then to summarize, simplicity. So you wanna live a life that becomes, and your look becomes a side effect of that life that you're living. So consider that every single day you're living, and your look is just a side effect and display of the lifestyle you have. And just stay in balance and be happy.
Yo, that was beautiful, man. That was great. I couldn't even interrupt because it was so beautiful, man, listening to everything you were saying, bro.
Thank you for
real,
listening. I
real.
appreciate you
And
guys.
I want to ask you, do you feel like, so basically you're saying when you were a bodybuilder, you wasn't as functional, like you didn't have enough, as much endurance? Is that what you're saying? Like when you were a bodybuilder, you didn't have as much endurance and you wasn't as functional as you are now when you transferred into calisthenics?
I think when you say you didn't have as much endurance, is disrespectful to say. I'm joking, to my current shape, because there was no endurance.
Oh wow.
There was no endurance. Have you seen, I like associations, have you seen the thing that digs in the earth? It's huge, it can dig the earth, but it has to be transported, lifted. So I was like that. But it's not about size, it's all about the mental addictions you build. Easiest mental addictions that you maybe can get out of is just meals. The more difficult addictions is the dependence on size, because when you're on drugs, when you're on competition, you're supposed to be the weakest physically weakest and almost destroyed from inside, but the best outside. So basically rotten inside, the best outside. So what kind of health, what kind of sport, what kind of athleticism can we talk about? You know what I mean? And all the priority goes to look. Your look is a priority, and then guess what? You become an addict. So you competed, you shoot, let's say certain amount of milligrams of testosterone, you maybe reached peak on that competition of New
Wow.
Jersey, whatever, that you paid 300 to join, you know?
Wow.
And you look in the mirror, maybe the mirror is actually the perfect for you, and you remember yourself in this shape. And then you go eat, and then this, self-cycle, and then you look, you're already not the same.
Wow.
And then you get addicted. The worst addiction is to be, because bodybuilding is a pharmaceutical competition for most people, for majority of pro athletes, if you want to call them pro. So the competition is already not just about training. It's about pharmaceutics, quality, reaction of each body. So, and that's why the worst is to reach the level where you understand that you burn out your right receptors in order to get bigger. You need to compete in pharmaceuticals, and that's the worst addiction. And you can see those examples everywhere. There are smart people who do that, but a lot of them do not do it smart and destroy themselves, and thanks to businesses. As for me, I just want to share my own path. I just want to share with people that a lot of stereotypes are not working, and that you can be in shape for free. It only needs your love and your effort and consistency. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And I just want to ask you one more thing.
Anytime, anything.
Do you feel like, because I spoke about endurance, I know endurance is different, but do you feel like you had more strength when you were bodybuilding? Because I know as far as bodybuilding, power lift, there's kind of a little bit of powerlifting in it. Benching 3 plates or 4 plates, that has to do with strength. So like, I know with calisthenics, we kind of focus more on endurance and just hypertrophy. Not really, a lot of people don't really focus on strength unless they're doing like skill training. But do you feel like you had more strength?
Well, the answer is simple. As I explained, you become, your body becomes a side effect of the physical activity that you do. And at that time, I was 40 pounds more than I am now. Mm-hmm. My frame was bigger. I had no cardio, so again, so all the qualities that I have now, which is stamina, endurance, practical strength, look, how I feel, everything, was sacrificed for 315 bench for a few reps. So, and if you put it on a scale, so this is your bench, 315, it doesn't matter. So, okay, 405. And you, like, yourself, like 305. Maybe even like doesn't matter, honestly. But, and then this is the price that you pay for. If you are not genetic freak, this is the price that you pay for that frame, to bench like 405 for instance. Speed, stamina, functionality, high rep endurance, health. I want to say, you don't even fit in the clothes well. Have you seen yourself? So imagine 200 years ago, if the person like you see in the gym right now with the broad shoulders coming up like that, what do you think our ancestors would do with it? Would that be considered practical warrior? Would that be considered anybody human? I don't think so. It would be considered as kind of devil, and they will try to kill him. So long story short, the nature gave us only so much.
Yes, sir.
It is very appreciative, but you have to treat yourself well. You have to have a right relationship with your body. And I know I may be annoying saying that. A lot of viewers, I'm gonna say, another philosopher, but it's not at least about philosophy. It's more so just realization that your body is million, billion, trillion times advanced than all the space system in the world. It's anatomical, magical, whatever, super system that owns you. Not all you own the body owns you. Do you understand? The body tells you when you're hungry, the body tells you when you need to sleep, the body tells you when you need to ejaculate or not, the body tells you when you need to inseminate. The body is functioning. And the most you can do is just sit there in a little box and absorb. Oh, I feel this, so maybe I can do this thing better. Listen to it. Do you understand? And that's that will bring you the long-lasting health, energy, and get you closer to what really athleticism is, what really challenge is, what really strength is, because strength doesn't exist. You know, we did a lot of effective training stuff here, but put us in gymnastic lesson and we will die with amateurs. Put us in the some kind of needle holding class, we will not be able to do it, because there's limitless ways to get stronger in. And don't limit your strength just to the size you have, because you have a lot of strength in smaller size, not in a bigger size. You have a micro universe inside you. I can continue forever, guys, but I just want to say I appreciate you listening and sharing this moment with me, and I'm blessed to be here.
Yo, thank you so much for that, bro. I feel like a lot of people needed to hear that. You guys see, man, like a lot of people say, oh, we're bashing bodybuilders and nah, man. I'm always talking about longevity. What are we gonna do for the long run? And that's why when you guys see the old videos, you guys see me working out with the fit over 50s, fit over 70s, doing calisthenics. They're still here moving their body. Movement is medicine. Movement is medicine, and you don't need anything. You don't need weights. You don't need a machine. You don't need nothing but your body weight. That's all you need, and just be consistent with it. You see my guy over here. He's sharing your story. So guys, like I said, hybrid training is the best because you want to be able to do everything, do yoga, do everything. But also make sure, no matter what you do, it's either you're only doing calisthenics or you're doing calisthenics with your bodybuilding, with your powerlifting. Make sure that you're always incorporating calisthenics with everything.
Yeah, I would like to add something. Yeah, great message. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against weights. The weights is a tool. The jump rope is a tool. The ground is a tool.
Yes, sir.
The pull-up bars is a tool. The tools to make you functional. But I'm against blind increase of the muscles that you don't need, the size that is not backed up by functionality, that is not backed up by cardiovascular, and that is not backed up by equal strength development in the whole body. I am against blind weightlifting, but weightlifting is a great tool.
Sure. Make sure you guys subscribe to Zero Gravity. Check out his channel. You guys see here, he basically provides more information about his bodybuilding experience, and a lot of information you guys will see it on his channel. So guys, go support him. Like I said, if you support me, you support my brother, because we all gotta grow, man. He gotta grow so I can keep doing more videos with him. I gotta grow so he can keep doing more videos with me. We all gotta keep going, so support, subscribe to his channel. And guys, like I told you guys, we do have a calisthenics program. Hit the link in the description. It's in the Patreon. Just hit the link in the description. Structural workout program that you can follow. You don't need a gym. You don't need weights. You don't need anything. Just your body weight. All you need is a pull-up bar for the program. That's all you need. So hit the link in the description. Let's get it. Let's work. Smash everything.
Bless you.
Except for my girl. Smash the subscribe button, man.